Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I'm kind of excited. Jack and Daniel are here. Jack and Daniel.
Hello.
Huh? Jack is back from his travels. He was in London for a while. He was working in a company, some of you might have never heard of it, called Amazon, which was started by Jeff Bezos.
You've worked for Amazon as well.
Oh yeah?
For Last One Laughing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hmm.
So we're all part of the machine, man.
Yeah. He what do you call him? He was the founder.
Yeah, and I think he's still CEO he's still involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a funny little dude, isn't he? So rich, it's beyond imagination, actually. You know, I walk around the area I live in, and I look at houses, and it's just beyond my beyond my wealth. Why am I so depressed right now?
Because of your blonde hair
Okay, fair enough. Let's.
and the fact that you look like a German pedophile.
I told you about that, Daniel.
Yeah, Jack told me about it.
Have you spoken about it on the podcast?
No, I was on stage, and I was wearing a. I was, I was wearing a hat, and then I revealed the fact that I have, bleached hair, and I said, "Jesus Christ, I look like a German paedophile, right?" And then I started pretending to be one. Come on, children, let's all get back to school. How old are you? 6. Naughty boy, whatever. And then during the break in this show, I was doing these two German women, and I said, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" We are not.
Were they pedophiles?
Oh, Jesus Christ! And they were saying.
Whose phone is that? Whose phone is that? It's the second time it's gone off today.
Can you see my phone?
It's the second time. Oh, that's my phone.
Is it?
Yeah, it's my phone. It's Uns, actually.
Is it? Go on then.
Should
Get her,
we-
yeah. Put on speakerphone.
She could. Oh yeah, I'm gonna connect it to the Bluetooth.
Go on then.
Could. Oh yeah, you should be able to hear her now.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
can hear her. Yeah. Can she hear us?
Yeah, Uns, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Jesus Christ, Jack, that's so loud. Can you
I'll lower my voice.
No. It's fine.
can you drop Once's voice down?
Yeah,
Jack?
I did.
Yeah, so basically during the break.
Hello?
What? What are you saying, Ons?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
I was just saying hi.
Oh yeah, that's very loud. Can you turn it down on your phone?
Is it
Jack?
very loud? It's very loud. I
Well,
mean,
it's loud in my speakers, in my
maybe,
headphones.
maybe it's your headphones because I've turned it down.
Anyway, so then I talked to these two German women, and then they said, German people are not pedophiles. And I said, I know, I didn't say German people are pedophiles. I said, I look like a German pedophile. And, no, they're not pedophiles. And I said, well, no, I mean, look, there are pedophiles in the world, yes, and some of them are German, but they weren't having it, you know what I mean? But it just shows you, like, the Germans, they take it all, they don't care about being perceived as
Well, clearly,
being funny or having the crack. They don't give a fuck. That's not important
clearly
to
they
them.
do, because they care about whether they're seen as pedophiles or not.
Okay, we've got Uns on the phone, Jack. Here, take it.
But it is interesting that they would get so annoyed at the fact that you said. I mean, you didn't say that Germans are pedophiles. You said you look like a German pedophile.
Yeah, because of the blonde hair. Oh, yeah, I did say to her, no, but my blonde hair, 'cause Germans have blonde hair, don't they? And then I think, oh, Jesus. They just weren't having the crack. They
Yeah.
weren't having fun.
Yeah.
How you doing,
But
Uns?
actually,
Yes.
really good. But I have, a scent to put into this argument. I was actually one time in a get-together or a gala dinner, and I was seated next to someone who works in I think it was the Child Exploitation Protection Command. It's like an online unit that works primarily online to try to catch pedophiles before they actually, commit whatever they want to commit. And he told me that he's worked with the CIA, the FBI, the UK government, and other governments within the EU. And he asked me to guess what the number one nationality they caught within, the pedophile rings or whatever. And he said it was German.
Well,
So
well, isn't that interesting? So,
that's quite interesting.
it
Also, I did
it is
I did
it is
research, and it is a big, like epidemic in Germany, I would say.
Jesus, Jack. Why number one? Why is Unz's signal a bit?
Because
like
she's in the Lebanon.
Oh, she's in not the Lebanon. She's in Lebanon, isn't
She's in Lebanon.
It's not the Lebanon.
The country of Lebanon.
Why do we say the Lebanon? I'm so
I
angry.
don't know.
I'm so angry right now. Why do we say the Lebanon?
I don't know. I guess I usually say.
And by the way, why the fuck is Unz not with you? Where is she?
She's in Lebanon with her friend. Why is it your girl? Where's your girlfriend? You only see her once a month.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, you have a girlfriend now?
Look, he's kept quiet. That's how you get David to go quiet.
Yeah, no, it is true. But why?
I think I recall David saying that the 1 month, one visit per month was his best kind of, dynamic that he's ever had.
It's like
really.
it's like prison. It's like conjugal visits in prison.
It's like a part-time girlfriend. You choose. Part-time.
Hey! First of all, shut up. Unz, the dynamic is that I think in the hierarchy, I don't think you should be talking to me like this.
And yes,
You're
sorry,
quite a negotiator, aren't you, Unz? But
I apologize.
No, but I'll tell you something.
Father.
I'll tell you something though. Isn't that interesting? So Unz has this experience with this guy who's really. This is the area of expertise, sort of preempting crimes committed by paedophiles, and then the number one country that shows up is Germany. And so those two women, in their desire to defend their country, we are not pedophiles. Of course, I wasn't saying. Who do you think that I was saying? All Germans.
They're actually enabling.
So no, in fact, they're just bringing focus to their country now in their desire to defend it.
Well, generally, if you're annoyed about something, I mean, like if someone calls you stupid and you're not stupid, you're not going to get annoyed at it unless you're really stupid. And then it's going to be offensive, right? So, maybe they're hiding something,
Basically, there was no reason for them to take it personally unless they were enabling such behaviors.
Well, I'm just trying to think if I was in Germany and some guy came on with red hair and he said, "Jez, I look like an Irish pedophile." if a German goes, "I look like an Irish pedophile," and then at the in the break, "Well, come here, we're not all fucking pedophiles, you German cunt." And then he'd be going, "I did not say all Irish are pedophiles. I said one of them. I am one." You know what I mean? So anyway, look, for God's sake, can we just say Germany, Ireland, Italy? There are pedophiles everywhere. They walk among us.
But there seems to be,
Well, I mean, for God's sake, what about this country? It's gross. I don't even actually want to fucking talk about it too much because it horrifies me that people are walking around and you're probably waving at them. Hello, how are you doing? And that person's a fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and also we were in. It just reminded me because we were in Germany and me and Daniel visited this topography.
Oh right. So can I just
terror.
say? Jesus Christ, here we go. Let's get
the Gestapo.
Digger. Well, actually, so Jack and Daniel and Unz and her brothers and sisters, they all went as a group and travelled around Germany, which was quite wonderful. And
yes,
yeah. Jack unfortunately was quite sick, but Unz didn't seem to care, and she dragged them out anyway, even though he was hanging on to life.
Yeah, we should cut in that video. Actually.
Oh Jesus Christ! And then this video, folks. So Jack, a team player, they went to an amusement park. Now, what's that? Oktoberfest. Yeah. Now, like Jack, those fucking amusement park rides can fuck off. I'm not interested in them. They're horrible. And then some nutters like Daniel can seem to handle them. Unz is, I don't know what she's made of. She's all a bit of fun, And but Jack was on one of these rides and like screaming for dear life, and you can just hear. No, wait, Jack, don't play it. And you can just hear Unz in the background going, "It's okay, babes." While he's screaming.
I was actually laughing like a maniac. I was laughing at him the whole time. I could barely breathe.
Should I play the audio?
No, because I'll play the actual thing.
Okay.
But the thing is, that probably is the best way to deal with it, to laugh at the person and not to behave as if they're reacting in the right way.
Well, I've actually got a bug to bear. Is that the
I have a bugbear, or I have a bone to pick.
bone to pick? Okay, I've got a bone to pick.
With who?
With Uns, because
Oh shit!
I was actually
oh shit!
Because
shit!
I'm looking back at the video, right? And so it's one of these. You'll see on the video. It's one of these kind of swing where you're in like a swing chair, and you're going sideways. You know, it starts. You're kind of straight up, and then it swings around, so you're getting tilted, right? Uns tells me to choose the seat on the inside.
Right, Jack.
Okay, so that's the
Yes,
seat.
my son.
So that's the seat where it feels like you're falling out of the seat, you know?
Unbelievable.
Whereas Uns is
Yes.
on the outside seat, so she's got me as protection
And Uns
in case she falls out of the seat.
Uns would have known that.
And clearly she would, because I was so petrified. I wasn't
Yes.
thinking logically about this.
And listen to her.
And I remember Uns specifically telling me you should sit on the inside seat.
Yeah, right.
Because it's going to be better. But that was the worst thing about it, because I felt like I was going to fall out of the seat. Because there's only like a little, it's like a bus seat, you know?
Yeah, but Jack, can I also say, for God's sake, it wasn't very manly, the screaming that you were doing. Oh shit! Oh no.
Yeah.
I do nothing remembering it. Honestly, the logic there, Jack. My Jack.
Well, I think.
Did you tell me about the fight?
No, I
think it was very manly, because you know what? I was petrified. I was ill. I went up there and I did it. You know.
Yeah. No, I would have.
You
No,
can sit
100%.
there on your high chair, right, and say I'm not a man because I screamed, but
okay.
actually I am a man.
Jack,
because I went there, I screamed. You know,
Men don't say
whatever.
they're men, by the way. Okay, listen now.
Well,
here, number 2.
Well, hold on.
Hold on.
No, hold on. Men don't say
I
they're
think-
men. You just said it wasn't very manly, okay?
Yeah.
So you're the one who's actually having an opinion on who's a man or not a man. And now you're saying men don't say who's a man or not a man. So, pick a side, man.
I think we should settle this by having a vlog day at an amusement park with all of us there.
I'll go again. And by the
No, I
way,
won't go again.
I was also, I'm an entertainer at heart as well. So I was entertaining.
It's funny the way you're talking. Jack is talking himself up, and he immediately starts to make Trump movements like this. But it's funny
Because I'm lying.
I'm such a wimp. Listen, I can't even go into a fucking normal bus without getting sick.
One
Like,
of my favorite
I-
memories.
Oh.
One of my favorite memories is actually we were in Japan and you brought us to
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
And I was having a nervous breakdown.
And you brought us on this Indiana Jones ride.
Yeah.
And it's the fucking funniest thing ever, because it's like one of these 4D rides. So you have the screen where you're watching the Indiana Jones stuff, but you're also the chair's like moving left and right,
Right.
and you're getting like air in your face and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
little sprays of water. But you were so like fed up with the whole experience of Disney World. You were trying to have a nap on the Indiana
I hated
Jones
it. I hated
4D ride, and you just see David. I just look over to David. He's asleep.
Okay, can I just tell you how horrified I was? I mean, first of all, it's one of my biggest regrets that I wasn't a good father. Well, I've tried. No, but I mean, in
Come
the
on,
sense that
it's just a funny story.
No, I know, but I just have to. I know I'm making about me, but even walking into Disneyland Tokyo and just people dressed as Goofy and all these Japanese people all excited about getting their picture taken, and I just thought, oh Jesus, here we go.
Overstimulated.
Oh, no, it was just like the worst place. And then they have this place called Freedom Street. Would you fuck off? Freedom. It's like to me. It was like for me. I'm not talking about for the children, for God's sake. But I couldn't even, Freedom Street. And then there was one guy dressed as Peter Pan, and he had all this cakey makeup on, and he's, hey, how you doing? And I was looking at him. And I'm going, Jesus, that's a tough job you're doing. And then his face started to twitch slightly, and he's going, What do you mean, sir? He looked like he wanted to kill me. But God forgive me. I wish I could go back in time and be in a better mood and just enjoy it for what it was. But I couldn't stand it. Disney, when people talk about, I'm older, obviously. If I was a kid, I'd love to go to Disneyland. But certainly Disney, I'm not the demographic, shall we say.
Uns and her family, they go to Disney. Like they're all
Yeah,
they're all grown up.
yeah, but they're all girls for Christ's
No,
sake.
they're the lads as well.
Wait.
The lads as well.
Wait, no,
Guys.
No, the lads as
wait,
well.
wait.
They're all grown
Yes.
up, and
Yeah.
they go to Disney, and they just like they get pissed, you know.
Pissed?
And people get like fucked up at Disney.
What do you
know?
mean pissed?
Like drunk,
Where?
Like at Disney.
In Paris?
At Disneyland.
Where was it? Disney World or
Yeah.
Disneyland in Orlando or what?
Yeah, it was. No, it was the Disneyland Paris. It was the first year we actually went, all of us together as adults, because we used to go every year when we were younger.
I was going to say the Bin
But
Laden,
then-
the Bin Laden family, but I'm cutting that out, by the way. No, sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm cutting. Well, I'm obviously going to have to cut that out. Slagging
On our
off.
magic carpet ride.
Magic car.
Yeah.
No, you know, it's funny. You can't. You have to be careful about that.
What?
Well,
About what?
you mean so? Oh, you all went as a family to Disneyland, but Jack's saying that you would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you were drinking too much though.
No, not throughout the day, but we did discover that there was alcohol. We never realized when we were younger. And you'd be surprised, there's such a thing as Disney adults. So full-on adults that don't have children, 40 plus, that go on Disney cruises. And I see them all over online and stuff. And
And a
honestly,
lot of them are German.
Ah, stop it, Jack. But anyway, I mean Disneyland, yeah. It's for definitely certain people like it. I mean,
But
yeah.
did
I was
Jack tell you about-
I know your sister is obsessed with K-pop, and I was looking.
Yeah.
I was looking on Netflix. I think it was like a K-pop thing, and there's a sexual component to it, right? I mean that girls, it's K-pop are
definitely.
usually guys, and they're cute, but they're not threatening, but they're super cute, very athletic looking.
But it's like
young-
It's like One Direction, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
part of the attraction.
They have one erection
Yeah.
between the five of them.
but I think,
But part of the attraction
But
of a boy
I
band
think-
and sorry, Uns, I'm speaking.
Go on.
yeah,
Part of the attraction, I think it goes back to like Elvis Presley.
Yes.
You know, the origin of what a singer.
Oh,
or-
that
or-
was
or
great. There was
superstar
a
is.
fantastic scene in Elvis the film where it was like the sexual awakening of repressed women in the 50s,
Yeah.
and it was almost like how would you describe it? There was just this like volcanic eruption of excitement when Elvis, because he was also very handsome, but he could move really well, and women were sitting in the audience like they didn't know what was happening to them. And there was one woman who she just screams like I don't know, how would you describe it? She just screams like she's possessed.
Yeah.
It was very well
It's
portrayed.
kind of like what you say about that joke about when you're doing that comedy gig in Moscow.
Oh yes,
When
yeah.
there's like this kind of, they don't want to laugh, but then they do laugh, and it's that.
Yeah,
know,
it's almost like a vomit.
Yeah,
it's just like, and it was so well portrayed. It was quite beautiful. So fuck it. If people want to obsess about K-pop, and
Yeah,
there is
but I
something
think-
there is something powerful about five guys all synchronized and whatever.
but I think it's more a reflection of the society that it succeeds in. So, I mean, Elvis Presley was famous worldwide with women all around, but I don't think it was just his looks or just the fact that he dances well. I think it's more just this feeling you get, like, as maybe a woman back then, like, oh, this guy doesn't care. He's acting crazy. Other men look at him like he's crazy, but it's quite attractive that, that he keeps doing what he's doing so comfortably or whatever. So, and I think back then, women didn't have someone to look up to in that way in the male space, maybe. I'm not sure, but I realized like a lot of these famous people, Elvis Presley and like other bands that were famous at the time, they're quite feminine. Or the main singers are just a bit more feminine than you'd see, the other men around wearing suits and like caps or whatever, and they had like nail polish or eyeliner.
I think that's true, because Elvis, like, he wasn't in our modern standard. He wasn't. He's not feminine in our modern standard. But certainly, just that little. He wouldn't do much, but a little shake of the hip.
But also, it's interesting
And they
when
could, you know-
Yeah.
when you guys are talking. It's interesting, like the things that people say they're attracted to versus the things that they are actually attracted to. And I think it's if you're I don't know if you're in, is the correct word, denial of what you're attracted to, or if you're not, but it is funny because I was talking to a mate last night and she was saying that what you described there is the number one thing, whereas the guy is quite strong, does his own thing, fuck it, he doesn't care what other people think, kind of like a leader. That's quite good. And then also, you see really good looking girls with, in inverted commas, bad guys and fucking idiots and dickheads, but they like those kind of guys. And then but the kind of guys that are maybe that they're least attracted to are sort of nice guys who just say things to wangle their way into the affection of the female, but meanwhile they're probably the most defective. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, but the thing is with that, I just like to put in something, is that they're nice, but if they're nice to everybody, no one wants a nice guy in general. I think people, like girls, more than likely want a guy that's nice to her and not necessarily nice to others, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Elvis Presley is quite interesting as a phenomenon. I also saw girls go crazy and stuff. But I want to add one more thing on the K-pop. This beauty standard in Asia is these young girls that have certain features, like big eyes, really pale skin, black hair, are very thin, skinny, fit, and like basically very frail, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what I find alarming is that you see this whole group of people, like the women that liked Elvis Presley, okay, whatever, they were of all ages, but these little girls in K-pop, if you go to Japan or Korea, you will see that the majority of people there are older men.
What?
And I don't think it's a matter of like, just the music is good or whatever.
The fans are older, are like middle-aged men.
Gay men?
No, like just normal.
No.
Well, I mean, I guess what is normal. But I saw a video of this, and I don't know if it was K-pop or J-pop.
What's the? Oh, Japanese. Why don't we have I-pop? Oh, Irish pop.
We do.
Oh yeah, go on.
Sinead O'Connor.
No, but not. Okay, sorry. Yeah, why is that? How does that happen? So you mean middle-aged?
I think it goes
Japanese
like in Japan. Maybe it goes back to the geisha tradition,
or maybe it goes back to the fact that they don't have the because they are handsome dudes, right? And so they're handsome young lads, and they're all synchronized and they're dancing and they sound good. And like maybe an Irishman would be too afraid to be seen as in exactly the way I just reacted. Gay, but they don't have that thing, pressure.
There's K-pop women groups as well, like.
Oh, you mean K-pop
that
women?
are 13.
Yeah. Oh, they're not going. Sorry,
13
the men are.
years old.
Yeah, the men are going to the K-pop women.
Oh, sorry,
group.
guys. The men are going to the K-pop girls groups.
Yeah.
And the little boys too. Like let's not discriminate. I think their tastes vary.
Because I saw this video.
But the taste remains the same.
I saw this video. It's a big concert, and she's going, "How many people here are in primary school?" It's like, how many people here are in middle school?
Right.
And then how many people are in secondary school? And then how many people are working? And then you hear woo.
Yeah.
How many people are adults? Woo!
And how old are these kids on stage?
Like 16.
13 girls. Like I followed this group that went super viral. They're called New Jeans. I really like their music. And they were like ages 13 to 17.
Yeah.
There have been fan groups. Like they literally have to protect them from the men that see them at airports or before their events or whatever. They need to run away basically at times because men will come like wanting to touch them, wanting to touch their hair, or I don't know what they get out of it.
It's
but
like
it's
the
kind
Beatles.
Of this, they're
It's crazy.
They're idols. They're really idols.
I
If
really
that
wish.
makes
I
sense.
really wish we were with like a proper sociologist or a psychologist, like what was that guy Pinker? You know, where he could just deconstruct this whole thing. But it's I suppose
Yeah.
if it's just that, if it's just that idolizing pop stars.
It's not just that.
Oh,
If you go to a maid cafe in Japan,
a what?
Oh, this is interesting. So there's maid
if
cafes.
if
So
By the way,
Yeah.
Uns, you're talking very matter of factly like about all this as if you're doing an
because I've seen it in front of
invest-
me, I've literally
in-
seen it.
I'm not saying you
I-
haven't.
uh,
I'm not saying you haven't seen it, but you're talking as if you're like an investigative reporter. No, you're just observing
Oh
what
yeah,
you see.
because I find it quite appalling. When I see it, I just wonder why people let this happen till this day. So I went to Japan
Yeah,
and I go to a maid cafe. A maid cafe, the whole theme is that there are girls dressed up as maids. You know, they'll tell you cute. They have like cute one-liner phrases. They'll tell you when they take your order. You know, they give you a little entertainment as if you're in an anime, kind of like this is a character and not really a human. And I saw it with my own eyes, a man, because we had gone to the same place twice in a row to show our other friends. And I saw the same man sitting at the same desk. And he was giving gifts to one of the girls. So I just, out of curiosity, I said, I wondered, who is this person and like, why are they getting gifts?
yeah.
And then I asked the waitress, and she said that this man's been coming for over 5 years. He visits her every day. Gets her gifts and at times. And then I asked her even more. I'm like, does he follow you home? Just
Yeah.
out of curiosity. And she said, yeah, sometimes, he'll follow me, and I just tell him to go away. It's so societally accepted for these men to idolize, women. And I think it's also due to the fact that, dating is at an all-time low in Japan. The government's trying to increase it, but it's not, working as well. I think they've just started improving, but
Well,
it's a
when I lived there, there was these
pandemic.
manga magazines that were explicitly sexual assault and all that kind of stuff
PP.
in animation form, and they would openly read them on the subways. I mean, there was no shame or embarrassment about it.
well, I've
Yeah,
just-
there are masturbation fitting rooms
What?
that I accidentally walked into.
Masturbation what?
fitting rooms.
What do you mean fitting rooms?
Yes, I was looking
That I
for.
accidentally.
I like. I accidentally. I honestly tell you.
you dirty
Look, no woman
You
would willingly
dirty-
want to be
No,
in
of
that
course
space.
not. Of
I'll
course
tell you
not.
honestly.
But what is a masturbation? Oh, you mean a room? I mean, you mean those little booths that they have in those old-fashioned sex shops?
No, it wasn't a sex shop. It was a manga store and had a bunch of figurines. But when I went to the top floor, because I was looking for a specific figurine that I really wanted, so I went to the top floor and I see people waiting in line, men with DVDs or mangas in their hand. So I kind of just skipped the line just to look at what they were waiting for because I was stupid. And then I see fitting room curtains. You could see the bottoms of their feet.
Oh no!
And you can see them standing or sitting down.
Yeah.
And I could hear noises throughout the whole thing. And I just looked at everyone standing in line and I just ran. I didn't know what to do. I just ran.
But it is.
It was alarming.
I mean, look, look, this sort of stuff goes on anyway behind people's closed doors, and they don't have the same values or things that we do. So I mean, ultimately,
Yeah.
it's weird as fuck. Sorry, Daniel. What were you
Yeah,
gonna
I
say?
think there's a white man cafe in Tokyo where Japanese ladies ring a bell to summon tuxedo-wearing Caucasians who respond with "Yes, princess," and serve them cakes. So
Well, they have those hostess bars, which
Yeah,
were I assume are still very popular. So when I was living there, you had a lot of European women working as hostesses. So it could just stay
Yeah.
at that. But I'm sure if a guy was really rich, he would make proposals. But I mean, these amazing though that you saw that. But it's so funny though. Like it depends on the person's. In the same way, like I'm an alcoholic addicted to. I think people can get so overpoweringly obsessed with or fixated on, for instance, that guy that you're talking about who went there for 5 years on one woman. And
Yeah.
it's so distracting, and you're the wiring in the brain is wrong. I mean, I find that as well when I'm into a girl. I find it very fucking distracting. I mean, I'm not as bad as your man, but what were we going to say, Jack?
Yeah.
I looked at where this infatuation of older men to younger, the youth comes from. I think it's probably
Well, young women are fertile, for Christ's
Yeah,
sake,
yeah.
and also, they're fertile. And would this be fair to say, guys? The primary directive of human beings is to procreate. So, I mean, having sexual desire towards a fertile. Jeez, I sound quite creepy. But I mean, there's nothing shameful. There's nothing shameful or weird about it.
But how that it manifests in every culture is different. So I was looking up like what is this Japanese thing, and apparently there's a historical tradition called wakashudo,
Which sounds like having a wank. Sorry, go on.
which involved older prominent men forming deep, often intimate bonds with younger companions for companionship, mentorship, and personal fulfillment.
Well, how young are we talking
This
about?
practice, particularly among samurai and monks, was not viewed as taboo, but as a pathway to forming strong, loyal connections and fostering personal growth in a society that valued such bonds.
Well, wait a second. How young are we talking about, number one? What's the power dynamic? Do you know what I mean? Like if you're in a situation where the person, if they don't acquiesce to your desire, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I mean, I had that fucking weird neighbor was trying to justify paedophilia, saying that the Greek philosophers would have little boys hanging around. It's weird.
Oh my God.
Well, was he justifying it, or was he saying that's what happened and you took it as...
Oh, no. Well, Jack, you're a nice person, and because you're well-intentioned and you're well-adjusted, you can't imagine people are sick and demented and that they live near us. But this guy, he thought he was so intellectually superior that he could somehow, justify it through his historical fucking facts and Greek philosophers that paedophilia is really a socially constructed moral panic, something like that. Fucking idiot. Anyway,
Oh, really?
sorry, Jackie. But so the people you're describing there, samurai. Like, what's the age disparity? I mean, sorry, and what? Well, they don't say. But anyway, we get the idea. We get the idea. So, can we just move off this subject, please? Because you know what I mean.
Yeah. But also, I feel like men look for younger women. Like in Japan, if they don't have opportunity, they didn't have that opportunity when they were younger as well. Want to spend money on these girls. They want to. It's kind of like, a sugar baby.
Oh,
let's call it.
rediscovering what they didn't have when they were younger.
Wow.
In the same way,
Yeah,
in the same way,
or
in the same way, like a rich businessman in his 60s, he'll buy a really sporty car because he couldn't afford it when he was a kid, but he obsessed about it when he was a kid.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it definitely shows a lack of something if you're looking outwards. Like, for example, if you have a woman that's older with you and that you're looking at someone younger just because they're younger, then there is a lack, that something that you feel like you're lacking internally, whether unconscious or conscious. It could be that, for example, I can think, many men don't want to get older. So maybe being with an older woman is a reflection of their aging process, or I don't know. There could be many reasons.
That's so true. That is so true. Like I think part of the attraction to younger women is that I will feel less closer to death. And that but also I mean, honestly,
that's just one reason. The human mind is
they physically
complex.
look more attractive.
Yeah, well,
but then you have like older men that will tell you that no, I don't find them, looking more attractive. Something that is, a fact to you is not necessarily a fact to someone else. And in that same way, these men, for whatever reason, they decide they like or obsess over these younger women. It definitely shows there's been some kind of lack, trauma, or societal pressure that has caused them to be in this position. Obviously, there are people who are sick that still do it in normal societies because of, whatever they've been through. Like, for example, recently, I think it was yesterday, Robert Morris, he's Texas megachurch pastor. He pleaded guilty to sexually abusing a child. And this was like one of the biggest church congregations in the US pleaded guilty to, sexually abusing a minor. So, he probably had everything. He had God to guide him and everything, but something that inside him that really wanted to do this to this, kid, fought and won. So I don't know. It's complex.
But there's a big difference between there's a world of difference between that and an older guy going out with a younger woman. You know what I mean? Like it's not this.
Yeah.
It's not
No,
the same,
100%.
Well, it's not in the same
100%.
thing. But
It's
I know.
not in
But
the same, but
you're saying, yeah. But the thing is, obviously, we know from our own culture here in Ireland, and that sexuality was kind of seen as a bit shameful,
Exactly.
and it was suppressed, and certainly with these priests who took vows of celibacy, and so they had no outlet for their sexuality. But apparently, this goes on in this kind of stuff goes on in all religions. Where
Exactly.
clerical sex abuse.
But it's not the same. Like we say we're all the same. We're not. Like we come from different.
Oh well, I know where you're going now, Jack.
everything,
Can we not go down that road?
No.
Yeah.
But
no, I think
because I was reading
for
about
yourself.
I was reading about that Wakashudo thing, and it was,
Okay.
but like.
Oh, you were.
Yeah, but that it was seen as like in Japan, homosexuality was not seen as the same way as it is in Christian society. Like, the Bible says, in kind of uncertain terms that homosexuality is wrong or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's interesting because I was looking at a documentary about being gay in the 30s in London, and I don't think they had the term gay. They would say, if they wanted to know if someone was homosexual, they'd say, is he musical? And but also I think the word homosexual was only invented in the late 19th century. So it's interesting, this idea of people identifying as, in inverted commas, this, inverted commas. So if there was no name for homosexuality, it's just something that some people do, and they don't see a big stigma or a big problem with it. It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, obviously there isn't the same stigma now, but like in other cultures, maybe things that we think are unusual.
I mean,
are not accepted.
I think also when we talk about other cultures, people have a very difficult, find a lot of difficulty in actually putting themselves in the culture that they're speaking about. So if we talk about, for example, like ancient Greek society, we talk about it through the lens of our society, whatever.
But that fucker was trying to bring the lens of the Greek society and trying to justify his. He can barely contain his own fucking fascination with young boys.
Landmines everywhere.
Is Hannah not here?
What do you mean landmines everywhere,
I
son?
don't know. It's just like talking about all these subjects. Like why? Like
I'm not sure. Daniel, you're so. If the world was like Daniel, it would be such a fucking peaceful place.
Listen. Wait, hang on. We were talking about something interesting, Wakashudo, and then we kind of went off topic about some other stuff, But anyway, the interesting thing we were talking about is this. Let's bring it back. We were talking about this interesting thing about it came from. Why are people infatuated with singers, boy bands and whatever, and then we moved on to what K-pop.
I've got a good go on. Why do you think?
I just want to bring it back.
Well,
to that,
I think I mean going like we're talking about tens of 100, well maybe hundreds of thousands of years. People used to live in small communities, and so it's built into our DNA that we idolize certain people who have great gifts, great things, that they're like hunters, and so they would have been the rock stars of their day. So that's that thing of wanting to look up to someone makes sense to us, and I think we're tricked, when we look at actors, because we see them on screen being heroic, like our ancestors would have been able to be heroic, hunting and all that kind of stuff. And So, but it's a trick. It's not true. These actors should not be looked up to, and these K-pop stars. You know what I mean? Because like, if you were out in the wild somewhere, you know, a K-pop star could not fucking hunt a boar, Jack. He couldn't help you. Like an actor couldn't help you either. If you had a problem with your house, you know, if Robert De Niro was there, you'd be in trouble. He wouldn't be able to fix your sink.
Yeah.
But he would
I think-
be able to tell you need to fix your sink.
Oh right, okay. No, but it's an interesting, like, so it is built into our DNA to worship people, to look up to people, because there's always been
But
people who
also-
have got great skills and great athletic ability. So it would have been
Yeah.
of great benefit to early communities. Jack, do you want to jump in?
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
Daniel once.
Humans are bored as well.
Yeah,
So
very good.
I feel like
Yes.
we want entertainment and we
Distraction.
latch onto something that we distract ourselves.
We
from
distract ourselves from
the
the things
boredom
that,
of
yeah,
routine.
or not necessarily the boredom of routine. Yes, also the boredom of routine, but we have stuff to do that we could better our own lives and become become the person that become attractive ourselves. But rather than do the hard work, we distract ourselves with getting upset. I mean, I look for distraction.
Yeah, it's easy to get a dopamine rush looking at something rather than working towards it. You know, looking at someone succeed makes you feel good.
Well, no, it doesn't actually. Not me. It doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel physical
But that's
pain
good.
when
That
other
means you have
people.
hope for you have hope for yourself because you're gonna succeed. You know, it's a form of not jealousy. What is it?
Admiration.
Admiration. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
for me, it's a form of jealousy. So Jack, Daniel, and Iuns, you were in Germany. The high point of it was, what do you think?
Damn.
I'll let Daniel speak.
Well, I think there were many high points. There was obviously Oktoberfest, and then there was our adventures in Nordlingen.
Where's Nordlingen,
Yeah.
Jack? Daniel.
It's like north west of Munich. We went there because the town is based off or in an anime show.
Oh, for fuck's sake! This
town is based off the city of Shiganshina, and so it looks the same.
Exactly.
It's so funny that this family are like Iuns' family are so obsessed with
And obviously Berlin as well was a lot of fun as well. You know, just discovering all the different places and people
And it's funny, Daniel. When I think
Yeah,
of
seeing the
Berlin,
people.
when I think of Berlin, Daniel, I do think that, you know, grey and industrial and brutalist architecture, and people are a bit boring, but it's not like that at all.
Yeah, no,
Or it is, or it's not. It's a
well,
bit
no,
like-
I mean, people can be kind of funny to you, like as if they're very nonchalant, or like whatever you say to them is, oh yeah, that's great, you know, wonderful, you know. But
Yeah.
they don't-
What is normal?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Daniel, Jack, you were saying you had a conversation with some guy. Go on.
Well, because in Berlin, especially, like we were in Bavaria, Munich, Nordlingen. That's in Bavaria. They're much different to people. in
Proudly German.
Yeah, so they're much different to people in Berlin. Like they're proud to be German in Bavaria. That's where all the symbols of Germany, cause the lederhosen, the beer hose, all come from Bavaria. Berlin is like a metropolitan.
I mean, they're slightly apologetic for everything that they've done historically.
Who?
Like,
Exactly. It's like they're
Berlin-
rejecting their
the
identity.
Berliners.
The Berlin. It's a
Yeah.
liberal city. It's socialist. You know, it's always had that that history. So yeah, when you talk to people, I was in a bar and this guy goes, he's asking where we're from or something, and where are you from? And he's like, I'm a global citizen. You know,
I'm a global citizen.
Yeah. So I just went, ha! That's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard.
But but the fact that you said that's the biggest load of bullshit you've ever heard, you must have had a nice vibe with him. He wouldn't. He wasn't.
well,
He wasn't. He,
I think
there
it
must-
was one of the first things we said to each
Yeah, but
other.
he's not. Oh.
No, but we were talking.
But he must have been.
Non-threatening.
Yeah, like I could see he was whatever, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I just, you know, I you know, it was a nice bar. We were, you know,
Yeah.
it's the type of bar where everyone was talking to each
But he
other.
says he's a global citizen anyway. It's a bit of a non-saying, isn't it? It doesn't mean anything, does it?
Yeah. And then he's like, and then I said, ha, that's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard. But I was saying it like with a smile on my
Yeah,
face,
right.
like, you know,
Okay.
like I appreciate what he's trying to say, but it's bullshit, you know.
Right.
And then he says, "Well, that's such a classic Western European response."
Oh fuck.
But you know what
Yeah.
he doesn't realize is that his idea that we're global citizens is a Western European colonial
Yeah,
idea.
it's a very luxury
It's
kind
not.
of
It's not
ideas.
like it's not like in the Bengal they were saying, "Yeah, let's all be global citizens," because that
Yeah.
would mean they'd be want to be part of the British Empire.
Why do you say the Bengal? Why does everything the Ukraine, the Lebanon? Why don't we call it the Ireland? I'm going to call it the Ireland now. Where are you from? The Ireland. I'm going to try it. See that. Ask me where I'm from, Daniel.
Where are you from?
The Ireland.
Well, Bengal is not
It's
a
actually
country.
cool.
Is not a country now. So I was referring to the Bengal region.
Jesus, Jack, are you getting aggressive with me? Could you calm down? Sorry.
You're a bit of a pussy. You know?
I am a pussy. I am a pussy. I am a pussy. There's no
No.
question.
I
about
remember
it.
the other German Lebanese guy that I also asked him, "Where are you from?" And he answered Germany. And I knew he wasn't German because he looks Lebanese, like he looks Arab. And I asked him, "Okay, but ethnically, where are you from?" And I thought that was a normal question. Like everyone asks me that in Lebanon. It's very normal for you to ask, like, where are you originally from? It's not
What is
a
it? What
source
is your
of-
what is your ethnicity then, Uns?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm Armenian Persian. I'd be considered Armenian Persian.
Oh, and it's quite a common question
Um,
in Lebanon for people to ask that. Yeah.
Yeah, if someone asks me the first time, I'll say Lebanese. But if someone asks me, but originally you don't look Lebanese, where are you from? I'll answer honestly, I'm Armenian.
Oh.
So I asked this German guy, and he looked at me. He's like, "Are you racist?" And
Well,
I
you
was flabbergasted.
Well, you could. I could suggest that. What do you want to know? What's the reason you want to know where?
Because he is not-
Can I just? Yeah, go on. Because why? Because what?
Because I saw that he looked Arab. He looked very Arab, and he was speaking German. So I found it, I'm interested in knowing where this guy's from.
Yeah,
he was
but-
talking to me. He was a gay guy.
Well, huh? What do you know?
I
what
don't
do
know
you-
why I mentioned
Yeah, no, I'm gonna.
that.
By the way, I'm cutting all this out. Don't worry.
No,
'cause
but
I'm
then-
not
But
gonna-
no, I
No,
mean,
but-
like it was irrelevant because that didn't change the way he spoke to me or I
No,
spoke to him.
but
There was
that's-
no
but-
change
but
in our
it is-
conversation.
Okay, can I just say, guys? Okay, first of all, people do ask, "Where are you from?" Where are
He
you from?
turned
Where-
out to be Lebanese.
Yeah, I know, but
Just to point out.
But
I'm just
I just hang on. The
what do you know about somebody because of where they're from? Nothing
yeah, but
really.
it's a point of.
He's a culture. He traveled to Lebanon every year. He eats Lebanese food constantly. Like he was Lebanese, but he was actually more Lebanese than German.
Okay, but that's not the point. But the
Sorry, I ask people. Everyone asks everyone where they're from all the fucking time. It's more of like, how's the weather? It's like a weather conversation. People don't think about it. People aren't.
Yeah.
Uns is not in her back of her head thinking, I'm going to change how I behave based on where this person is from. Right. But then the point is,
Yeah.
it's just a kind of lazy kind of thing. You're chatting with someone, right, Jack? But then if your man then says, are you racist? You're going, so then it makes you think, fuck, I better not ask that question again.
the nervousness around that
Yeah.
question, comes from America, because in America you have white, because America they're all kind of, they're from, I'm third generation Irish, fourth generation Italian, because no one from America maybe is indigenous except for the.
This is sort of racial fault lines you're talking about, and the sort of psychosis and obsession with
It's that
race.
question of where are you from, and the guy says I'm American, and then they say no, but where are you really from?
Oh, yeah, right,
And that's
yeah.
where that whole
Okay, yeah.
yeah. But like before that, we've never
But I
had. We've
understand
never.
why it would be annoying
We've never had.
there.
We've never had that kind of nervousness around that.
Well,
question.
I think also
Up until that.
depending on when I was back in the 80s when I was in England, and when people said where are you from, I dreaded answering the fucking question because there was a lot of tension between British and Irish. So I guess it depends on what country you're from. If you're from a country that but if there's certain countries that people are insecure about being from.
I don't ask people where they're from.
Yeah.
When I meet them, if they ask me, I'll ask them back. But I actually don't really.
Did you
ask
see that
people where they're
your
from.
man from Coldplay?
I find it interesting.
Do you-
Very
do you-
interesting.
I find it very interesting. Where are you from? What are you?
I don't know. I like to see the culture
I'm gonna
they're
turn
part
down
of
your
or
voice. I'm gonna
rejecting.
turn down your volume in a second.
No, do you know what's interesting? Did you see that bit where Chris Martin, Daniel, did you see him on stage? And he says, so where are you from? And they said, Israel. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And then he goes,
And
Then I'd ask where you really from.
yeah, then he makes all this big, okay, well, it doesn't matter. You know, we're all, okay, well, we're all one person and we all look in a forest and live in a, come on, can't we all just be lovely little creatures of
I
light?
agree.
Avia and Paul, where did you come from today? From Israel. Okay, well, listen. I'm going to say this. I'm very grateful that you're here as humans, and I'm treating you as equal humans on Earth, regardless of where you come from or don't come from. Thank you for being here. We're grateful, and thank you for being loving and kind. Okay, and riding aside. And although it's controversial, maybe, I also want to welcome people in the audience from Palestine, because we have a belief that we're all equally human.
Anyway.
Can we just ask questions or any question you want and not be, labeled a racist because you have no racist intent whatsoever? You just want to get to know the person.
yeah, but at the same time, like,
it's a dangerous enough question,
but
though.
Sometimes don't probe people so much. You don't need to ask questions about everything. You don't need to know everything about someone.
No, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing I find myself saying to people. I'm just talking to them and I'm going, "What do you do for a living?" I don't know what they do.
Yeah, but just
I can't think. People don't know what this.
Comfortable with silence. Like, I don't.
That's right.
I don't ask people questions generally because I actually think
Okay.
If you
I get your point,
sorry,
Jack. But
if you ask people too many questions,
Jack, did you put? Do you know what he just did? Uns. Do you know what he just did?
yeah,
He put your
he lowered my
volume.
voice. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Jack. Oh, my son. You will pay for that. And she'll be, that is where Uns just went, yeah. She's put that in the black book in her deep subconscious. And then like 3 months
guys,
from now.
I'm going to go. I feel like my time here is finished.
No, I'm joking.
I'm joking.
No, so.
Continue, Jack.
So 3 months from now, Jack, something will happen. And you will have forgotten, but not Uns. Okay, sorry, what were you going to say? What were you going to say? Who was saying what?
God, what was
Jack.
I saying? I was saying, I've completely forgot.
So it wasn't that important, was it?
Oh, that's a classic, isn't it? You know when you can't remember to say something and people say,
Gaslighting.
well, it wasn't that important, was it? We were talking about, anyway.
The asking people questions. Like, I actually, to be honest, I find it kind of like, I don't want to be rude. Like, I don't want to ask people too many questions.
Well,
I don't want to probe into their personal life.
Yeah, but people do want to. People do like the. People do like to hang out with each other and sort of, but they don't want to ruffle each other's feathers. So there's certain, certain kind of universal conversations. It's the weather and it's lovely weather. It's gorgeous, beautiful. Yeah, blah, blah, and I think where are you from, what do you do for a living is kind of in that same category, but it's become a bit more potentially dangerous now when you say where are you from. I don't know.
I don't know.
Where are you? But I ask it all the fucking time, don't I? So where are you from? I'm
Me
from
too.
Where,
But
what else are you going to ask? How many times did you go to the bathroom today? Like, what am I going to ask someone that I've never met?
That's funny,
Where
isn't
are you
it?
from?
How many
What's
times?
Your name?
That would be funny. Look, if you just met somebody, how you doing, Daniel? Just try this out, Daniel. Go on with me. Pretend to be German. Pretend to be German.
Hello.
Hi. I was doing the German. How are you? Yeah. So you've been in Ireland for a while, yeah?
Yeah, a few months now. It's really fun. Yeah, it's
And
nice.
how many times did you go to the toilet today?
Excuse me?
Just wondering, just because, I went went once today.
Oh, why do you want to know this?
Oh, it's just it's kind of just what we kind of chat about, just to know if you're in good health.
I don't really feel comfortable talking about this. What is your name?
Well, this is part of our culture, you racist bastard. We like to talk about how much time we spend in the toilet.
This is not normal.
Normal? What is normal? I'm global. Okay. So you had a good time. How long have we been broadcasting, by the way?
53 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Uns, You're really brilliant, and you're also very lucky to be in a relationship with my beautiful son, Jack. No, he's very, very, very lucky. You're brilliant, I have to say, and it's a pity you're not here. Why aren't you here? You're supposed to be going out with Jack, and you're hanging out with your family all the time. What's going on?
I know. No, we're planning for it. We're planning for the next move.
The next move, which is what?
Yeah. No idea.
Oh, that's a good plan.
We're gonna figure it out, but figure it out along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, again, personal question.
Who, me?
Yeah, like we're talking about this.
Yeah, me.
In a public. No, it's fine. I'm just making.
But I will cut it out.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I will cut it out.
I'm just making a point here, though. I mean, Daniel was saying it as well. You go on. People want to share so much.
Right.
We go on a holiday.
Yes.
To Germany, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're going here. We're going to go to that city and that city." It's like, and this is a stranger.
Right. Yeah.
You don't know this person. Like, don't tell everyone your business.
Yeah.
I believe in that. Like, you keep things quiet. You don't need to tell everyone shit you're doing.
I hear you. I know what you mean.
And like, I had this I don't probe.
I'm
not, just particularly like.
Anyway, can I just say I love the fact that Jack and Jack and Unsa found each other in this crazy world. The chances of it were very small, and they are just I don't know. I'm just delighted, and I wish them all well and everything. Do you know what I mean?
Come on, no one wants to hear this shit.
No, bollocks. It's all
I'm also
shit.
delighted.
I know. I'm sorry. No, I'm going to cut all this shit out. I don't know why I need to fucking talk like this. I'm literally going to cut all.
You're virtue signaling.
I know. It's bollocks, Jack. You're right. No, but okay, I'm going to shut my fucking mouth. I'm always putting my foot in.
Okay, wait. How was your last thing? I wanted to know how your new show was.
Well, it was okay. A lot of the ideas that I was doing on stage, I'd only done like a few times, and I would have needed to do a lot more previews. Then I reached points in the show where I didn't know what to do next because I wasn't confident in some of the material, but I knew that would happen. So I had like prepared self-contained bits, but I used them up pretty quick.
Oh, cool.
You know what I mean? And so then I fell back on older material, but look, it was okay. I mean, and the show wasn't sold out and anything, and I was very stressed. Actually, that goes back to why we haven't had the podcast for a while, because I was kind of preparing, and I was just distracted, and nobody was around. Jack, Daniel were in Germany. Hannah was in Japan. So I kind of just goofed off, and then you miss 1 week, and then you think, fuck it, 2 weeks. I don't think we've had the podcast on for about 3 weeks.
Oh, well, by the way, I just want to say your show was actually very good.
Oh, you're very sweet. You're very kind. You're very kind, my son. But I love you so much, so I just don't know if I.
But I would like to just say one thing about Unsa's family's obsession with this show that we went to the city for. We went to this place called Nordlingen.
Oh yeah, Unsa's family's obsession.
I'm so happy we went there because it's absolutely beautiful. It's the only walled city still intact in
Medieval.
Germany. Medieval.
Oh.
Walled city, gorgeous. You can walk along the walls. You can climb the tower in the middle. Amazing view.
Yeah.
But, okay, we went there specifically for this show, this TV show, anime. Like, it's a great show.
Right.
Okay, but it's not that great.
Yeah.
Like, it's very good.
Yeah, I know. Okay, but what's your point?
But I just don't understand.
Okay.
Obviously everyone's got different.
Well, I love. Can I tell you? I love that. What's the surname of your family? It doesn't matter.
Nasri.
Fuck that. Nasri. Okay, the Nasris, right? The kids in that family. That's their quirk, that's their kink in terms of what they love, whatever kink. But I mean, it's the equivalent of people who are hobbyists. They're fascinated in collecting, stamps or fucking certain types of trains. So this is their version of that, and it's a bit of crack. Yeah, but I think I maybe
Exactly.
what Jack is talking about, if it becomes an obsession and it takes over your life, but that's the
No,
same with
I'm not saying that. No,
but-
I'm not saying that.
And
I'm just-
also they're all girls, you know, and that's very sweet, you know, for Christ's sake, and it's all innocent.
Actually, we were equal. There were more boys than girls on this trip, actually.
Okay, well, I'm
But,
just saying it's no, but it just objectively, just looking at that, I think also, I think from Jack's point of view, like you know, because he is very emotionally intelligent and integrated, whereas I at his age would be going, I'm fucking out of here. I can't. What is going on? You know. But you know, because when like it's like I look at certain things at my age, and you see what people are into. Like it's like Taylor Swift and all these kids going mental about Taylor Swift. Just it's like looking at kids. No, it's beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's
it's
like,
not.
you know-
For me to be there would be like, you know, call the guards. Sorry, what were you
Yeah,
gonna say?
yeah. But, you know, haters are just always gonna hate. You know, from the sidelines. Because
Is she quoting?
Jack wishes he had.
Is she quoting
you know,
Taylor
something
Swift?
that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
no,
is,
it
yeah.
actually-
She's attacking you now.
Oh, haters gonna hate.
I don't. I'm not there. Wait, Jack. Just a question.
Oh,
Would you
shit.
feel? I don't know. Would you feel your you know, emotions, your feelings? You know, they start firing up if I told you, let's go to Barcelona, and watch a Barcelona match.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I feel like, you know, like you can't understand it necessarily, but
Yeah.
you do have the same capacity to obsess over something. So I think don't judge and, you know, be open, don't hate, you know.
No, I'm not.
What the
I'm
Open
not.
your
fuck?
mind to like
He
the
doesn't
possibility
hate.
of it actually
Whoa.
being fun.
Don't gaslight my son by saying he hates.
It was
he doesn't
fun.
hate anything.
I just find it interesting that just this show, you know, when I watched the show, okay, I thought it was.
But it's not made for you.
Well, it was made for me. I
No,
just
it
think
wasn't.
it's a very interesting show.
No, it isn't.
But you know, I just think it. You know, I mean,
Yeah, you're looking at them going, "What the fuck is wrong with these?"
No.
I didn't like the show.
Jack, you would
As
have
much as
you
my
would
siblings
obsess
did.
about that. What's the Babenberg guy?
Oh yeah, Vivenberg. Yeah, but he,
Oh yeah, Lost
yeah,
Kingdom.
Yeah. What if you went to the area that they shot the film or something, or the So
sorry,
you
I
would-
don't even know what are we actually arguing about? What are you saying? Like, you
Jack
saw the you
is
saw
saying
the
he does
show.
not understand.
No, sorry. I think what Jack is. Sorry, he's right there. What are you saying?
I just think that this show seems to have like
a cult following.
It's huge, you know, and I do think it's a great show. Okay,
but you don't understand the level.
But I just think like when you watch the show, yeah, I don't know.
on.
I don't know. I'm just sharing an opinion on my thoughts on.
It's like how you like The Sopranos or something.
No, sorry,
you
Jack.
just
Yeah,
agree with
exactly.
it.
Yeah, but so you're looking at it and going, what the fuck is there this cult following? I mean, it's a good show.
I'm
It's
not
not that
going
good.
what the fuck, but I'm just it's an interesting kind of thing that this, you know, I just think anime in general is kind of an interesting thing. you know?
I don't get it at all personally, but I shouldn't get it. But then again, when I was 13, I was buying this magazine, this comic book called 2000 AD, and Mamma Mia, I fucking loved that little comic book. And I would run up every Saturday, go to the Morrises up in, you know, and I just loved it. Judge Dredd. I don't know, I can't remember any of the other things, but like I was looking at these pictures and images, and it just fired me up. I loved it. But but I know what you mean. Like this it's like a parallel universe. Like, you know, like if I know where Jack is coming from, and I'm sure you do as well. Like if you were at a football match, you're probably not into you're not into football as much as Jack is, and you're probably looking at the game, and you're going, Jesus, it's just men running around in a fucking pitch, and they score a goal and they lose their fucking mind. What is wrong with these people? Because that's how I would have
It's
looked at
same rules every time.
so
It's just straightforward. and, you know,
but that's how I looked at it, right? When I was young. But then because the boys were so, they so loved football that I felt that I actually kind of got into it through their excitement of it. But not to the level that Jack and Daniel are into it. So I don't know.
Yeah, you get taught to appreciate it, I guess, for whatever reason that person likes it. Obviously, if you're telling me you want to get married to your car and that you believe you want to, have sexual relations with an inanimate object, that's a bit taking it too far.
Apparently,
I can't
apparently,
understand
apparently, apparently, that's a thing. By the way, you can get these
Of course.
stick-on vaginas, Daniel, where you can just put it on a car and
Yeah, it's legal in at least one state. in
legal.
the
How
US
could
for
it
you
not
to
be?
marry your car.
How could it be illegal?
I just imagine
It's a fucking inanimate object.
You know,
I
like-
just imagine the car alarm starting to go off.
Woo, woo, woo! That's fucking Paddy Brennan riding his car again, you dirty bastard.
Yeah. So farmer. What's the tractor brand?
Massey Ferguson.
Yeah. That's me, Massey Ferguson, right there. You know.
That's me, Massey Ferguson.
She's fucking gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
See the big wheels on her.
See the big fanny on her.
Those-
yeah,
those
but
rims.
anyway, isn't that, you know, the fact that you and Jack, the fact of men and women, and you have different pursuits, different loves, different things, because to be in each other's pockets all the time is a pain in the fucking hole, and it actually, I think, it makes you have to sort of be away from each other to appreciate each other and see each other. And it's nice to have, you know, like apparently, you should have this interest, and this interest, and your romance. You know, like it can't all be about each other. So it's good to have different pursuits and different passions, and you know.
By the way, I'm not.
But by the way,
I'm not criticizing.
No, I know, but
the like of it. I'm just. It's a topic of conversation because this is a podcast.
No, but I know, and also, but also, you know, just don't go. Just don't. I don't know what the fuck.
I think.
Yeah, you don't have to be all
I think I
encompassing. You can
understand
also
that.
have an opinion on things as well. You know?
Yes. Daniel.
Yes.
So where's the net? Where's
I
the?
like-
No, do you know what it is? I'll tell you, and I'm going to cut this out, guys, because it's like, you know, we're doing a podcast, but then, you know, as a parent, I'd love to see, you know, because you're always, you know, Jack's going that way, you're going that way. It'd be great to see you guys. Anyway, it's none of my fucking business. Actually, I should shut up. This is all
I
been,
agree.
this has all
I
been
agree. I
this has
agree.
all been cut out. Do whatever you want. Peace and love. But Germany, would you? I'm going to start from here again. Germany, would you recommend it as a tourist destination, guys? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, that's great.
1,000%.
Uns, thank you so much for joining us. It was it's been such a surprise and a very good one.
Thank you, everyone.
You are the
It's
best.
been amazing.
Yeah, you're brilliant.
You're the
Uns.
best father. It was very nice speaking to you, brother Daniel, and
Oh, very sweet.
Jack. And Jack.
And
Jack.
I think Attack on Titan is a great show.
Oh Christ! It's a load of shite, whatever that show is. What is it called? What's it called?
Attack on
Attack
Titan.
on Titan.
Attack on what?
Titan.
What is it? A K-pop show?
It's an anime show.
Oh, for God's sake!
I mean, it's an
Japanese
interesting
animation.
premise.
I don't want to know about it, and I never want to see it. I'm not curious. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love you, Uns. Call you after.
Okay. Thank you.
Love
Uns.
you, call
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
No, we're not. We're still recording, lads.
I'm just playing her off.
Oh right, you're very good, very good. Oh, very good. Jesus, I'm gonna have to. Anyway, so that was yeah. What's going on, guys? Jesus, you one leaves and we're all nothing to say.
Yeah.
How long have we been broadcasting?
An hour and 7.
All right. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, I'd like to apologise to followers of, and that's why we're not together, for not having any shows out for the past while. Yeah. Daniel, you were part of the show as well.
Yeah, what?
Come up with a topic.
Well, it's the end of the show, like, you know what?
Who do you think is going to be the next president? They all look like damp squibs to me. Your man Jim Gavin can barely string a sentence together, you know. And I must say, there was when he announced his candidacy, he was standing outside Dáil Éireann, and you know, what do you stand for, Jim Gavin? Well, republicanism's on, you know, just saying nothing, and then all these politicians behind him trying to get their face on camera. It was like so embarrassing. It's like watching cattle in a field queuing up to get nuts. Anyway, and then I don't know who, there's a woman from Galway, and she just looks like, you know, the kind of person, you know, when when you're having a bit of crack and she just arrives and everybody goes, oh Jesus, stop it. Iuns, she's going to recite a poem or something. But I suppose she's the most. She just looks like, I don't know, a human statue of turf.
Which one's that? Is like there's Catherine Connolly.
Yeah, she just looks like you know, like you know. I guess she's the closest thing to looking like a president.
Is that the Catherine Connolly?
Yeah.
She's the Sinn Féin.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have some?
No. Well, your man Jim Gavin can't do it. He's not smart. He just doesn't. I wouldn't like him to. I think Catherine Connolly is probably the best one. I just wish she'd. Yeah. Anyway. Like I got my teeth done. It cost €12,000. Maybe, you know, when she becomes president, she'll be able to afford.
We shouldn't be basing it based off teeth. I don't think that's. I think that's a bit of almost like a Darwinian.
Making. What do you base your election? I base it on teeth.
Yeah.
So who's got the best teeth?
So yeah, Jim Gavin, he's Fianna Fáil. He used to be the Dublin GAA manager and an ex-officer in the Irish Air Corps.
Okay.
Then we got Heather Humphreys. She's the Fine Gael one. She's the deputy leader of Fine Gael since 2024 and has been a government minister. Long time TV for Cavan Monaghan.
Okay, Jack.
And then we got Catherine Connolly. She's independent, actually.
Right.
Backed by several left-leaning parties.
But anyway, look, the most important thing is the presidency, no power whatsoever, and you're just there shaking hands, and you know, and it'll be interesting. Well, you won't hear about her again. I mean, do you hear much about Michael D. Higgins? Yeah, you see him out in Croke Park opening up, cutting ribbons and all that kind of stuff, isn't it? He was very good, though, I have to say, Michael D. Higgins, don't you think, guys?
Yeah, I mean, essentially you want someone who can represent you well.
That's right.
Abroad.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And Michael D was great because, but you know, he was good because he's like non-threatening, right? And he's kind of, but he's also got a dignity about him, I feel, and a kind of.
Michael D.
Yeah, he kind of reminds you of like a time gone of Patrick Kavanagh and Oscar Wilde.
Yeah.
He's got that kind of look about him where he looks like an artist or whatever. And I guess Catherine Connolly is the one that most looks like an artist. She's kind of continuing that, you know, because that's, I think the president should be of Ireland, should be kind of artistic.
Yeah, she looks like an Aaron Cardigan.
Exactly. Jim Gavin, he's a bit too business-like.
Right.
He's a bit soulless, I feel.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've never heard him speak, so I'm
I know.
talking out of my arse.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking out of my arse too, but I'm kind of not curious enough to really dig into it too much. And also, you know, but it is good to have somebody, like who's got a bit. And I think she is the smartest of the three, and the most articulate. And So I would go for her.
Conor McGregor was trying to become president.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was just all distraction, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know. Okay, Daniel. Thanks for.
Anything else we want to speak about? Because I feel we did get a bit sidetracked on pedophiles.
Jesus Christ.
What else we get sidetracked on?
I just want to go for pee there, lads. Just 2 seconds. Just keep recording. What are you thinking?
Well, Daniel's fed up, but he won't say why.
Oh, yeah,
he's fed up.
What's going on?
I don't know.
No, we're just lingering. Like.
Oh yeah, go on.
Like what?
Okay, well just
like.
Yeah, I know we're lingering.
It's like flogging a dead horse.
That's a good name for the podcast.
Yeah.
Great.
That's the sound of David having a number 2. Oh, I think he needs some fiber. Oh my God, that's a bit disgusting, David. That is. Jesus Christ, fuck it out. Oh. Welcome to News Now Radio. This is your host, Jack Andrews, with my co-anchor, Daniel Andrews. Today on the news. So what's been going on in the... sorry, David, could you be quiet there? Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, he's done. Right. So what's been going on lately in the news? Well, David had a recent performance in... this is my camera. David had a recent performance in the Olympia Theatre. Now, by all accounts, wasn't very prepared, okay? Pretty, interesting, big show. Most comedians, they would have everything prepared. But in a way, that's better, right? Because it's like fresh, it's new. Okay. Now, at the gig, what happened? Well, people laughed, people cried. Some people left early, some people left later. But everyone remembered something, and they had something to talk about when they went home, which is really, what anyone wants to do, is to have something to speak about when they get home. Because, when you're sitting around the dinner table and, you've got nothing to speak about, and then what are you going to do? Exactly. So, anyway, moving on to the next headline. So David's just finished taking a shit.
Were you actually talking now?
Well,
okay, we're going to finish up now.
We've got. I think I came up with a new segment.
Okay, go on.
Okay. It's the shit segment. Hello and welcome. This is Jack Andrews, your host, with my co-host, Daniel Andrews.
What's that sound of somebody having a shit? Jack, will you take that off? That's disgusting. No,
fuck.
Jack. I didn't want to listen to that, mate. Is that what? Is it off, Jack?
Yeah, it's off. It's off. It's off. No, it's off.
What are you doing that for?
Because I think we should have a news segment.
Okay, well, what's the shit segment then? Don't do it again.
Shit news segment.
Okay, well, go on. What is the shit news?
Well, I don't know. I'm just brainstorming here.
Yeah, but we should be doing that off the fucking podcast.
Well, that's what you do. You don't do it off the podcast. You do it on the podcast. Like, you do it on the show.
Daniel's itching his beard with frustration. Daniel just said, Jack just said, "What's going on, Daniel?" And Daniel, referring to what we're doing now in the podcast, said, "We're flogging a dead horse." Well, speaking of dead things, I saw this awful fucking documentary, Daniel. I don't know if you've heard about this guy called Ed Gein.
Right.
Have you heard about him, Daniel?
No.
Serial killer from, I don't know, the United States in the 50s. Oh, God. Anyway, no, just he'd dig up bodies.
We have to talk about everything terrible about humanity in this
I know.
podcast.
I know. I don't, because you said dead horse.
Yeah.
You're right. Why don't people talk about good things? Why don't people talk about good news?
Well,
Why is
Daniel,
good news? No, but he's good.
Tell us some good thing to talk about.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then we were going to finish on this. But you're right. Why don't we hear about good news?
Well, Daniel can tell us now.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah.
Go on.
Put me on the spot. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh, is there anything that you can think of? I'm trying to think of good. No, but maybe that's the thing. Some good news.
Well, I mean, there's this like multiple reality theory or multi-dimensional theory that basically your brain automatically thinks of every situation where you survive. Like every scenario in which you survive. So if you're ever in a dangerous situation, your brain usually comes up with the best possible outcome for you to survive.
Right.
So like, yeah. So basically, you're always in a scenario where you're always surviving, but like in a parallel universe, you might have died in that situation.
Right.
So like, you can be safe in the knowledge that you'll most likely survive the outcome that you're going to be in. Like,
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you hear this?
It's just like a theory, like,
But what does it what has me surviving in a difficult situation in this reality got to do with me me surviving or not surviving in an alternative? Do you mean like a parallel universe?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah. Like in a parallel universe, you might have died, but in this one, you survived.
Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, there's that multiverse
Yeah,
theory.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. Jack, what are you doing there?
Well, I was just looking into what Daniel was saying.
Oh, that's funny though. Like when we were asking for good news and like this really complex. The good news is that there's thousands of parallel universes, but in this one you're alive. So, well, do you know what I think that is? Simply, it's about gratitude, and certainly in a very simple way, when you think of gratitude, like and I sometimes practice it. You're having a shower. It's really, and this is really simple. Thanks for the water. I can't make water. Where did it come from? Appreciate the fuck out of it. The soap. All those little things. And it does raise. Jack's going to undermine what I'm saying now, and I've probably said this so many times. It does undermine. No, but it does raise the mood a little bit. It's good to express gratitude.
Well, can we just talk about one quick little thing? Okay. I've seen recently.
I'm gonna have to edit this fucking thing. It's gonna take ages. Go on.
Yeah. Well, I can edit it if you want, but I've been looking at this. In Austin, Texas, Joe Rogan opened this club, and he created quite a scene, like a comedy scene in Austin. But it's all like the way comedy has metastasized. Now, the way comedy has developed over time, like say last 10 years, we had Me Too, all that kind of stuff. So comedy became kind of more, it was very edgy to say certain words like the R word,
yes,
or certain things like make gay jokes, things like this. But now, like with Joe Rogan and that Austin comedy scene, like they're like super edgy all the time,
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, Jack.
But when you look at the internet, like basically the opinion of people has kind of switched, where that kind of thing was edgy and cool and like dangerous, but now like making trans jokes or just being obsessed with trans jokes and all these kind of things.
Yeah. Well, it's
kind of flipped a bit, no?
So I didn't want to cut you off. I just wanted to interject and then make it, and then you continue. But what I think is in comedy, it's easy to be controversial. It's easy to say things, but that's not really that challenging. I think what's really great with comedy is to the people who are easily offended to figure out a way to make them laugh about something that they feel very seriously about. Because I think that when comedy is really great, well, some comedy, it sort of makes you lift off, and just it makes you transcend the stuff that you take seriously, But so your point was?
Well,
sorry.
I'm not making a point. I'm starting a conversation about the Austin comedy scene. I'm just wondering, because you're a comedian. You're into the people interact with that. You like Bobby Lee. He wouldn't be part of that, but he would criticize. I've seen him criticize.
Well, I do like the idea. I never liked the idea of you can't say that. There was all through my life. How dare you say that?
But
you can't say that. Well, I would say you can't say that.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I just want to bring you with what I'm talking about. So that was the case, okay? We got to a point where, cancel culture, okay? You can't say certain things. You get cancelled, okay?
No, okay.
Right? So that's what you're saying. And you're saying, right, I don't like that. Okay, we can all say that, right?
Yeah.
So as a reaction to that, we had this like movement, like, okay, we're all kind of addicts to American culture, okay? They're setting the standard for what we see as right or wrong in media. So a lot, and comedy is a big part of it. So comedy, it had its hub in Los Angeles and New York, and then Austin became the new kind of hub, right?
Right.
Where it was more rebel comedians, so to speak, in this cancel culture environment.
Yeah.
And you know, they're going out there and saying certain words that have been banned and will get you cancelled, and now you're not getting cancelled from those words. And that style of comedy, that very abrasive, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
okay, but there's lots of degrees of cancellation, and some of it, you know, you could say, you know, prison is the ultimate cancellation. But what I'm trying to say is, it's not, you can't say that. I think sometimes you shouldn't say that either. Like, I mean, you know, again, I just say, you know, this, it's easy to be controversial. It's easy to say stuff, but it's not really that creative.
Exactly.
I'm saying
That's
it's not really that creative.
Yeah.
It's not that exciting, not that clever. You know, if you just say something just to get a fucking reaction, you're supposed to be artistic and sorry, what were you going to say, Jay?
Yeah, well, I mean, so I guess that's your opinion on it. Yeah.
Well, like, that's just your opinion, man.
No, I just wanted to know if you because it's interesting. So.
Oh, but it's definitely a reaction to the prudishness of you know, these people who you know, they're overprotective, or sort of, you could almost say, you know, in Denmark, people say it's a bit of a nanny state, you know, and so people aren't necessarily saying things because they want to say it. They're just saying it to piss that person off. You know what I mean? It's not like the direction that they actually want to go in. But people don't like to be told they can't say something.
Yeah, but also,
and also, sorry, I often think that in comedy we're outliers. We're on the edge, and you know, we're in these little spaces, and I think they're kind of sacred. And I did hear, and I know I've said this before, Jack and Daniel, that, you know, you're duty bound to say whatever pops into your head as a comedian or as an artist, and you will fuck up from time to time.
Yeah.
But
we've
heard all this.
all before.
I
That's
know.
not
Sorry.
what I'm talking
Okay.
about.
Sorry, Jack.
Well, I was trying to say, so we have this reaction, okay, to the cancellation. There's people who want to say so now in this space of that Austin comedy scene, it's like an overfitting thing where people are coming in and they're being like shock comedians,
Right.
in order to conform with the new standards.
Right.
So it's the same thing, just on the other side. Because now if you don't say those certain words, you're not like that pushing the envelope comedian now.
Right.
So you're not accepted.
Yeah.
So they're doing the same thing, essentially, as the
Yeah.
other side were doing. Maybe not cancelling people, but they're not maybe platforming certain people.
Oh, very good,
who
yeah.
aren't willing to like make themselves dirty, essentially.
Yeah.
Or whatever they consider it to be.
Yeah, well, I certainly, I think my experience with comedy, there's always these cliques, you know, and you have these type of comedians who know they're better than these type of comedians, so they won't interact. It was almost like when we were in school, we were streamed, you know, you'd had the dumbest kids in that class and the smartest kids in that class, and they wouldn't hang out with each other because they almost thought that, you know, my dumbness was contagious or something. So, I mean, there's always going to be hierarchy in comedy, and, you know, and then sometimes the sort of, the outrageous comedians are in the ascendancy, and then the really cool postmodern, you know, the only thing I would say in comedy is that, you know, when we start attacking each other, it's not great. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
Daniel.
but yeah, sorry.
No. I just feel mindful that, sorry, go on.
But yeah, I just think like there's certain comedians or whatever, like people like Norm Macdonald or something, where it doesn't matter what the time is, where they're performing, they'll always stick to their.
Oh yeah.
Stick to what they want to do, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
They're not bending themselves to the current weather.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I would go back to like Charlie Hebdo, and you know, you could say they committed suicide by comedy. I mean, you know, if there's a group of very fundamentalist people telling you that they're going to kill you if you make fun of a certain thing, I'm not going to make fun of that thing because I value my life and it's not worth it, and I'm not going to, you know. So, and it's the same, you know, around certain topics and things. They're so taboo, or people are so raw and so sensitive about it. You know, yes, you can shock. Yes, you can be controversial. But, you know, I'm not a fucking politician. I'm also not I don't have a PhD and all that stuff. So, you know, I just want to, but I think that's just me anyway. Sorry, Daniel, I'm looking at you now. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning into And That's Why We're Not Together. Thank you, my Prince Daniel, for putting up with us and being the solid base that we all needed. Every time I look at you, I feel slightly calmer. Thank you, Jack, and your amazing girlfriend, Iuns. We will persevere without expectations.